G'day all, OrderPlusChaos here again with another challenge for Magic the Gathering 2013. Now this is a long and complicated one, so it's a bad one. What we're going to do is we're going to put Battle Skull onto this germ. The reason why is because one of the cards we're going to cost life, and we need the extra life. So that's the only reason why we're putting it on there. We're going to sacrifice the germ now and destroy that. That's an ability that Mortar Pod does. Now we're going to cast this one and copy Battle Skull. The reason why we're doing this is important for two different reasons. A, we're going to want to return that card to our hand later, and a copy of Battle Skull will allow that to happen. Two, we want the actual +4/+4 damage. So that creates a new germ. Put the Mortar Pod onto the germ. So now we got the ability to sacrifice it. So now that'll give us 3 life. Our life will go up to 3. We're only on 1 life. Now we're going to cast this spell, and it's going to take away 2 of our life. And the one that we're going to copy is our Paladin, because we're going to want to attack with that one. So we're going to cast this axe, and we're going to cast the Sword of Famine. The reason why that one is because it'll untap all of our lands. So we especially need that one. And the axe, it gives us the damage that we need, plus it's cheap. Very cheap. So now what we're going to do is cast our land. And I'm going to speed this up for you, putting all these onto there, because it takes a while. But you want to put all the equipment onto the new one that we're going to attack with, the token Paladin. Okay, so they're all on there. Now we're going to attack. But as you can see, it's also important that it has vigilance as well. I don't remember what gave it vigilance, but something did. That was the one that was already out there, the third one that was originally out there, actually. Must be, because none of the others had vigilance. So now we're returning the token, make sure it's a token Battle Skull, to our hand. The reason why this is, as I was explaining before, that card we used to make a copy of it now appears in our hand, which is important because now we want to make a copy of the Mortar Pod instead. You could actually theoretically make a copy of the other one, but it'd be quicker to make a copy of the Mortar Pod. When I knew what I was doing, this is why I did the Mortar Pod. The important thing is that we have a germ, obviously, because he's got 3 health, so we need the 3. Now, the reason why you picked the Mortar Pod is that way you don't have to worry about changing the Mortar Pod over. Now, the problem with the rest is it stops us from, if we put a Mortar Pod on it, we won't be able to use its special ability. So we're returning it to our hand. That's one of Jace's normal cards. Now we're going to play it again. Now, even though it has Summoning Sickness, we can still use the ability on it, the sacrifice ability. So we're going to sacrifice both of these and damage the player, of course, not me. And then what we're going to do is, I'll speed this part up for you as well, so if it's going quick again, don't worry. And then transfer the Mortar Pod over to the other guy, sacrifice him, and voila, it's a win. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or feedback, then please type them in. And if you like, then please like and subscribe.